Education Study Program 2 semester with name number D0323063 Linguistics course as a complement to the final semester exams assessment. So let's get started. Language is the main means for humans to communicate, express thought, share stories, and build social interactions. From ancient times to the modern era, language has been the backbone of human civilization and one of the characteristics that distinguish humans from other creatures on Earth. Linguistics is a scientific field that offers deep insight into the structure of language, the role of language in communication, and the social and cultural impact of language on society. Linguistics is how we can understand why the words language differ from each other, how language evolve over time, and what makes human language unique. Linguistic studies are studies that not only focus on the structural aspects of language, but also see language as a communication tool in a social context. With a better understanding of language, we will become more aware of the unique human skills of communicating and building relationships in increasingly connected world. Linguistic studies are studies that not only focus on the structural aspects of language, but also see language as a communication tool in a social context. With a better understanding of language, we will become more aware of the unique human skills of communicating and building relationships in increasingly connected world. To understand better, linguistics is the science that studies language both in terms of structure, function, and use in human communication. The term linguistic comes from the Latin word lingua, which means language. The scientific discipline involves analysis and research of various aspects of language, including phonology, sounds, morphology, word structure, syntax, sentence structure, semantics, meaning of words and sentence, and pragmatics, use of language in social context. The main goal of linguistics is to understand how language is used, how language develops, how language is learned and taught, and how language influences human thought and communication. Linguistics includes various branches, such as descriptive linguistics, theoretical linguistics, historical linguistics, each of which focus on a particular aspect of the study of language. By understanding the basics of linguistics, linguists and researchers can analyze and understand various languages in the world, solve communication problems, and develop more effective language teaching strategies. Linguistic characteristics refer to the basic characteristics of properties inherent in the study and analysis of language in the discipline of linguistics. There are several important linguistic characteristics. First is descriptive. Linguistics is descriptive, meaning that it focuses on the description and analysis of language as it exists in actual use by language speakers. The main goal is to document how language is used and how it is structured. Second is scientific. Linguistics is a science which means research and analysis carried out based on systematic scientific methods. Data is collected, analyzed, and interpreted objectively. Is interdisciplinary. Linguistics involves various other branches of science, such as psychology, anthropology, sociology, neuroscience, statistics, and many more. It helps in understanding the complexity and relationship of language with other aspects of human life. The fourth is universality. Although there is a variety of language in the world, linguistics looks for common or universal aspects in the structure of human language. It includes the idea that all languages have phonology, morphology, syntax, and semantics. The fifth is the arbitrary system. Linguistics recognizes that the relationship between sound and meaning in language is arbitrary. That means that there is no natural relationship between the sounds of language and the meaning of words of sentence. Is productive and creative. Linguistics understand that language is productive and creative, where language speakers can produce infinite combination of new words and sentences to convey different ideas and information. Tense is change and develop. Language is a dynamic entity that continually changes and develops over time. Linguistics studies language change and the social and cultural factors that influence it. And last, functional. Linguistics seeks an understanding of how language functions in social and communicative contexts. The purpose of language is to convey meaning and interact with other people. The first, creation of identity. Language plays a role in forming the identity of certain cultures and entities and social groups. Linguistics understands the role of language in shaping individual and group identity. Two, structural complexity. Linguistics recognizes the structural complexity of language, including hierarchical sentence structures, complex morphology, and structured sound system. This characteristic help from a solid framework for understanding language as an object. Research in linguistics involves various aspects of diversity and similarities between existing language. And last, several branches of linguistics. Linguistics is a broad science and is divided into several main branches that focus on certain aspects of language. Some important branches of linguistics include: first is phonology, studying the system of sounds or phonemes in language, including how these sounds are pronounced, recognized, and understood by language speakers. 2. Morphology examines the internal structures of words such as affixes, prefixes, and endings, and the way words are formed and changed from. 3. Syntax studying sentence structure and the relationships between words in sentence. Syntax deals with grammar and the rules of sentence formations. The fourth, Semantics involves analyzing the meaning of words, phrases, and sentences. Semantics seeks to understand how meaning is constructed and interpreted in language. The 5. Uh, Pragmatics investigating the use of language in real communication contexts, including implicators, utterance, and the way language is used for communicative purpose. 2. Morphology examines the internal structures of words, such as affixes, prefixes, and endings, and the way words are formed and transformed. 3. Syntax studying sentence structure and the relations between words in sentence. Syntax deals with grammar and the rules of sentence formations. The 4. Semantics involves analyzing the meaning of words, phrases, and sentences. Semantics seeks to understand how meaning is constructed and interpreted in language. The 5. Pragmatics investigating the use of language in real communication contexts, including implicators, utterance, and the way language is used for communicative purpose. 6. Phonetics studying the physical production, transmission, and expression of language sounds. Phonetics focus on the physical and acoustic aspect of language sounds. The 7. Sociolinguistics linking language to social factors such as social class, ethnicity, gender, and cultural environment. Study language variations and dialects. The 8 is psycholinguistics. Psycholinguistics involves the study of how humans produce, understand, and process language in their minds. The 9th, neurolinguistics connecting language with the brain and nervous system, understanding how the brain processes language. The 10th, historical linguistics examines the development and change of language over time, including the relationships between related language in a language family. And 11. Applied linguistics applying linguistic knowledge in various fields such as language teaching, translation, discourse analysis, and natural language processing. Well, apart from these main branches, there are also other branches which are more specific and relate to certain specific studies in linguistics. That's the definition of linguistics that I know. Thank you for listening and see you soon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.